statement and build that resume. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. Coming out with it, it's Rogers. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Give from the gun. Breaks into the open. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
Well, you see a great individual effort there that time, and you can see the skills this guy has, and he just reminds me sometimes of the great Ohio State backs we've seen in the past, right? You think of Archie Griffin and his 2 Heisman trophies, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins. This guy right here with his skill set, he's got the chance to be the next great Buckeye back.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
The Buckeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Makes the catch. It's Bell. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
And the Buckeyes are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Man, you can't draw it up any better than that. First possession, force a 3rd down. You want to shut the home crowd up, sack the quarterback, create some momentum. Now you're getting the football back to your offense, probably with great field position.
They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
Defense a little too eager on that last one, and now it's 1st and 5. Use the play fake, now to throw. Oh, he's going to go up top. He's got it for a big play. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Exploded for a huge chunk of yards on that last one. They'll try to do it again here, 1st and 10 from the 33. To the air, it's O'Neal. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Aggies. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Rodgers. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Nice move there. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a 1st down. Not much can impose your will on a defense like hopping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
The Buckeyes just got that huge run. They'd love another explosive play. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Porter. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Quarterback making checks. Gives it to the back on the draw. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Here's the heat. They get to him as he throws. He's brought down the one. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
And the Buckeyes had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring.
defense, you're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk, and on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
The Buckeyes line it up with a 1st and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. Barges ahead. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, they give to the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping him up, getting him on the ground. Take away that run game. Make him one-dimensional, put him in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to pass. It's O'Neal. It's complete on the right side. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds, and this offense trying to put something together. Just needed a few inches, and the defense was surly and nasty and said, no, sirree. There he goes. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
Well, they're setting the tone early in this game. 4th down in their own end. They go for it on the ground, and they pick it up.
They want to set the tone. They want to establish that they think their offense is unstoppable and that they're willing to do anything to keep the football.
You're exactly right, Reese. They are sending a very clear message to this defense. We're going to run the football. We don't care what you do, but you are not going to stop us.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down at 2nd and 6. Trying to surprise him with the pass. And the misfire goes out of the back of the end zone.
And we've already seen this movie early in this football game, and he already has a touchdown, and they're seeking him again. And there's a reason. He can run, right? Like, he's one of their go-to guys on the outside, and you can tell they're trying to use him early and often in this offense. Coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here, just don't take a negative play.
Looking for a man. It's O'Neal. Makes the grab. That's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Great job by the defense in the back end that time. He made the catch, and he had a little wiggle room to run afterwards, but they were able to get to him, rip the football out, and that is a massive takeaway for the defense.
Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. They'll try the run. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. We're through one period, and these receivers are showing out big time. Take a look at the stats. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Wants to go up top. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. It's marked. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They try to pop a run on the draw.
Draws and screens are a great way to slow down really aggressive pass rushers. It allows the defensive ends and the defensive tackles to run upfield. The offensive linemen kind of push them upfield, go down to the next level, try to sneak in a big play.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. Looking to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Thurman. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, Dave?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Looking to throw, it's Van Buren. Quickly complete. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double virtually on every pass play. You better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
The Buckeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. He wants to throw it again. Looking to the big tight end. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. How about the tight end showing the athleticism and diving to make that grab?
It's so nice as a quarterback, Reese, to have a tight end who's athletic and can make the play when it's not a perfect throw.
And the Buckeyes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
Listen to this noise. You can't hear yourself think as this defense has them pinned deep in their own end. Hard-hitting tackle. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Play action. Throws for the tight end. He's got it. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. They knew they could slip that tight end behind the backers with that play action fake.
Well, it's because I can't win, Reese. I have to play the run. You know, all these RPOs, all these different things, it makes me come up and use my eyes and play run. And these tight ends are so valuable to find space behind. Knew where he was going with the football the whole time because the big fella, he's always open.
Throws to the tight end. Fires the pass. Intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. And after the turnover, out of bounds at the 12 to set up this offense.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed, it's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Trying to run, it's Rodgers. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes! The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. It takes advantage of a great field position.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Got the back over the middle. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. So now it's 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's O'Neal. Fires to the big fella. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Now, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Wide open downfield. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Texas A&M back to work with another 1st down. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Wants to throw again. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Fires one high and deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fast